Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just kidding. I hate anybody that says stuff like that or acts like that. Hey dude, I got a chill channel. Watch this video because I'm not. That shit pisses me off. Anyway, controversial comment of the day. Alright, I hope you guys have usernames, not your real names. I hope it's like username 557 or whatever it is. But if black cats became humans, or if black cats can talk, can they say the no word? Alright, the no word that pretty much nobody can say except for one group of people. So, I'll be honest with you guys, I have no idea when this happened. Okay, I knew it was during the summer. It was either freshman, 8th grade, or maybe sophomore summer. Alright, maybe. I don't. All of it's a complete blur. It could have even been during COVID. Alright, that whole entire part of my life is a complete blur. I think it is for most of you guys because every single day was pretty much the whole entire same. But I got the skateboarding group. Alright, the skateboarding group, it was really chill. I liked all of them. Well, at the time, I liked all of them. So, beautiful, beautiful summer morning. And in the state I'm at, I'm not going to say where I am. I'll just say it. In Oregon. Alright, in Oregon, the summer is absolutely beautiful, especially because I'm up north, I'm like the upper part of Oregon, not by California, but up north. It is so beautiful because at the beginning of summer, it's like the grass is still green, everything looks perfect, the flowers are blossoming. Going outside early in the morning where it's a little bit nippy, oh my god, just a little bit of dew. I don't know why, just this is probably my favorite place to be ever during the summer, right? But it also rains like 9 months out of the year, and 3 months out of the year it's really nice. So I woke up in this early in the morning, which was about 8:30, 9 for me. I hit up my friend. I was like, "Hey, you trying to skate?" He's like, "Yeah, dog, I'm down to skate. What are we doing?" I was like, "Oh, we should go up to the school that we usually skate at, because we usually skate at a middle school slash elementary school. It's this weird area." So we're like, "Okay, we can show up there." So I'm about to pull up there, and also I pull up because it's about a mile. It's about like 2 miles for him. He's like, "I'm here," or sorry, I told him I was here. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to Longview Park with the other guy." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I was like, "Dang, that sucks because that's like 3 miles for me now," which isn't terrible on a skateboard, but when you got some rusty wheels. I don't know or what rusty bearings. It sucks. I'll be honest. It's not the best. It's not fun, nice, kind, or sweet. All right. But I start trucking down there, which I'll be honest, I I didn't like bombing hills because in my area the potholes are terrible and there's so many bumps. So I'm kind of skiing with one foot, and I was wearing these Nike SBs, which were like $30 from I can't remember. It was like the cheap Nike store, like the clearance store, and I got my right because I skate goofy. I put my right foot down the hill, or sorry, my right foot on my board, my left foot just down on the pavement, and I'm going down. All right, when I'm going down, I'm kind of like skiing, but it's kind of hard because I'm trying to keep my balance while I'm hitting all these bumps, and I have to like slow myself down. My foot starts burning so like it starts burning so bad because like all the friction. But I make it down this little slope, and because there's a slope, and then it goes flat, and then there's a slope. Because I live on top of a hill, right? Because it's pretty much all uphill to the middle school. So I started going down. I was like, okay, I can either go take a left or I go right by my house. So I take a right, and it's still downhill. And I'm gonna be honest, it kind of sucks because there's so many blind spots on the way down to the skate park. It's like a 3 mile trek, and if you're ever in skateboarding shoes, they were not the comfy cush. All right, they're not the comfy cush bands. And I know a lot of you guys have tried skateboarding. Well, I know most people tried skateboarding and other hobbies during COVID, but I was skateboarding along. I've been skateboarding since I was like 8. Right, I'd go and I'd stop. I'd go and I'd stop. I'd go and I'd stop. But I got really into it like the past like 3 years. I stopped, but I started going down and my feet are hurting so bad. So I'm walking because there's so many blind spots and there's this one big road, and I just got passed like an hour ago on that same road. All right, you're not supposed to pass. It's 25, used to be 35, but it is what it is. All right, I feel bad for saying like that. That sounds it's just gross. But I start walking down, and it's a long walk, And then eventually I got onto the sidewalk because there's no sidewalks like in my whole entire area. Like up where like the rich people are, there's sidewalks, but I'm kind of like in the middle, right? Because there's like a lot of pedophiles. I don't know if I can say that, but there's a lot of those people down the road in this one neighborhood below me. So what ends up happening? I finally got on the sidewalk, and I'm riding down, and I was not new to skateboarding, but just wasn't committing to anything, and my tricks just weren't on lock. All right, I could kickflip like one out of like 8 times, which isn't ridiculously good, but it's pretty not bad. But I think it was 13. 13. I don't know how old. Maybe not. Oh, it's confusing, dog. Old enough where your parents give you a little bit of freedom. So I'm at the skate park. I finally make it there. I'm hanging out with my friends, and they're like, "Hey, dog, what? I've been skating here for a while. I'm getting kind of bored." I was like, "Okay, let me warm up a little bit, all right?" So I warm up on the ledge. I go for 50-50. And for some reason, I just could never 50-50 on this ledge. It was the weirdest thing. I just could never 50-50 on this one ledge. I had this ledge at home that I made that was a little bit harder, and I was so much better at 50-50ing it. I don't know if you know what 50-50ing is, but it's when you put like your trucks on the rail, and I slid down it. Anyway, so later in my I guess skateboarding career, I got a lot better at it, but I could do no slides. So I do no slides. I got pretty good at those where like I could slide for a little bit and hop off. I stopped wearing a helmet. I wasn't wearing a helmet at the time because I thought it was really lame. I started wearing helmets at the end because like, oh my god, someone waxed it way too much. I went for a no slide and my head barely missed like the coping, which if you don't know what the coping is, it's the metal that's on the side of it, because you don't want to just be skateboarding on brick because it gets all messed up and the ledge stops like getting pointy, and when the ledge stops getting pointy, you can't do like nose slides, and you can't do well, I guess you could board slide, but it'd probably make that a little bit easier. 50-50s is harder to lock in. Crooked grinds, you're going to slip out, or 5-0s. See, I know a little bit about skateboarding, okay? I used to be subscribed to Thrasher. I used to be really into all that, but I'm not really into it anymore. Like I said, I stopped skateboarding, but we're skateboarding. I dropped in, like, 3 months after this happened, I dropped in for the first time. I know. There's nowhere to really practice dropping in. There's a story about how I learned to drop in for the first time. It's really interesting the way it ended up happening. So eventually we start walking down in like the skate park. He's like, "Hey, dog, I want to leave." I'm like, "Okay, where do you want to go?" He's like, "Well, I'm kind of hungry, but I also want to go to this high school in the area." I was like, "Oh, sick, let's go there." Because there's just 3-stair, there's a bunch of 2-stairs, and like there's a bunch of bike racks or like flat bars, which are really, really nice. All right, and then at the elementary school, it's up a little bit higher. There's like a circle rail, but it's a bike. It's like a bike, I don't know, like a bike rack or a bike holder. I don't remember what it's called, but a lot of people would go there and try to skate it, but no one could really skate it that well because how slippery it was. All right, you could practice getting into it and getting off of it, but realistically, if you did it enough, you're definitely gonna slip out and get hurt because a bike rack is like right in front of you, and there's so many spots to get your hand like stuck in and like fall over where like they'll split your like arm in half. So eventually we skate there, and my mom started texting me like, "Hey, you need to go home." I was like, "Oh, I need to skate to this a little bit." All right, so we get there, and it's a 2-stair, and I'm there, and like there are two of my friends. One has a scooter, and one has a skateboard. And if you don't know about scooters are really easy to get into. Beginner tricks, so easy to get into. But then once you get into like the intermediate tricks, dog, those are hard. All right, like from intermediate to advanced, but from beginner to intermediate, dog, such a big difference. Okay, and the difference is intermediate. You can do flips. You can do some tricks. You can do like a triple whip or a finger whip or whatever it's called. But being a beginner on a scooter means you're jumping like 3 stairs, 4 stairs, 5 stairs, but you're tail whipping maybe a little bit of a gap. Not that good. All right. If you can tail whip and you can bar spin, then you're a little bit above beginner. But intermediate's crazy. All right. And so this kid jumps like a 3-stair on a scooter. But when he jumps, he does like he does it with a scooter. So he puts one foot on the scooter and one foot on the ground, and he doesn't jump on his scooter. He jumps like off the cement. Like he jumps and he holds his scooter against his like bottom of his foot. He lands with like he lands with like 2 feet. Well, kind of. He puts one foot down on the scooter and his one foot barely above the cement, which I don't know if you know, in the scooter area, or not the scooter area, but scootering, it's not the best thing to do, in all honesty. But he's like, come on, man, jump the 2-stair. I'm like, I'm kind of stairs, because at the time, I just jumped my first curb. I don't know why, but I was freaked out about jumping off a curb. I don't really have a fear of heights, but I started taking it slow, like down the curb. It was weird. I'd jump off like a ledge next to a fire hydrant where I could easily hit my face on. And I fell so many ridiculously times, or a ridiculous amount of times I have fallen on a skateboard. But eventually they're like, hey dog, come on, come on. And they kept on like trying to take a video of me. I like, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop. Eventually I go, but right before I'm about to go, they're like, okay dog, I'm just leaving now, okay? I'm like, fine. So they go, and they're doing like this 3-stair out in the front of this high school. And I'm still like in the back, alright? I go, I set my camera, I try to go as fast as I can, which there wasn't enough of a run up, okay? There's a little bit of a run up, and I could have done it a lot better, but I try to jump the stairs sideways instead of vertical. So I go, I don't even ollie. I don't know what was going through my mind. I thought if I just went fast enough, I could lift up my board. It'd be like a giant curve. I didn't have enough speed for it. You can jump off the 2-stair pretty easily if you just like go fast enough and just lift up your back truck, right? And like kind of going to back Manny. But my stupid ass, I just go and I'm going pretty slow and I go to angle, right? When I'm like I don't fully commit, so I go for a manual, and my back wheel barely nicks the bottom of the last stair, because it's a 2-stair, right? And I know, getting injured on 2-stair. And what ends up happening is my back wheel nicks the bottom of the stair, and my like ankle falls off it. And my ankle's still kind of on like a angle, because I'm still in like a manual, which is when you're on your back wheels. So what ends up happening is my back foot slips off, and my ankle rolls, right? So I land with my ankle sideways. And let me tell you, dog, I just sit there and I'm like just yelling, oh my god, because I think I sprang that. I think I like hurt it bad. I'm like, oh, ow. I'm like that Peter Griffin. I'd play that GIF, but I have no idea how to play it or show it on the screen. But what ends up happening is I'm like, ow, it hurts. I got it on video, alright? And it's the clip was terrible, absolutely terrible. So eventually I like start like waddling to I was like I used my skateboard as a cane. I start waddling to like the 3-stair. I talk to my friends like, dog, why the hell weren't you guys next to me? Dog, I hurt my ankle. And I don't know why I thought these guys cared, but these guys hated me. Alright, they just kind of hung out with me because they didn't really have anybody else to hang out with. And I didn't really have anybody else to hang out with, because one of them absolutely hated me, and he kept on telling the other kid that I'm a terrible person, and I keep on like lying about stuff. The kid, he's a prick, alright. That was a scooter rider. The skateboarder, he was chill, but he started to not like me because the scooter kid just kept on making rumors about me. I know, mean girls aesthetic, or how that sounds weird, but yeah. So eventually they leave. They just leave me there. I'm like, dog, my ankle's hurt. They're like, oh, okay, sucks to suck. Because he thinks I absolutely hate him. I'm talking so much shit about him. Realistically, I'm not. I haven't said anything to him or about him that in a negative way. So my mom and my dad I call my sister. Call my sister, like, hey, can you pull up and get me? Because she just turned 16 at the time. She's like, no, I'll call mom and I'll get him. I'm like, no. And she hands the phone to my parents. Where are you at? I'm like, no, my ankle hurts. Because I'm like, listen, dog, I can't make it back home. They're like, why are you at the school and not the skate park? I told you to tell me wherever you go. I was like, listen, I didn't know where I was going to go. Okay. They eventually pick me up, and it's both my parents. I get this long lecture, and they're like, yeah, you're going to have to get a giant shot in your foot if it doesn't heal. You probably messed it up terribly. Because, dog, I could barely walk. Like, it was swollen. Alright? And the next, like, 4 days, I could barely walk. And, yeah, that's the whole other story. I know, a longer story. But with that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And, yeah, I kind of feel bad because I haven't posted in a couple days. I have been posting shorts consistently, but, yeah.
Yeah. My dad used to say, whatever is whatever. Never may be never, but it's ever.